Hello and welcome to the Chilled Cardano podcast with Mike and Eric.
What's going on?
Not much, Mike. We are in the middle of a bull run since we started this podcast.
Oh, hell yeah.
Not really. We're still just kind of stuck in the mud with ADA and Bitcoin and pretty much everything. So we could talk about it. That's what we do, right?
Let's get into it. That's what we do here, Eric.
Let me make our faces bigger as I do. All right. So let's talk about ADA. We've kind of been stuck in this little range here. Not a lot has happened since last week. We go, it's kind of the same story since we started. We have good days and bad days, but at the end of the day, we kind of end up in this general area on a downtrend. I mean, it's weird because, our TVL has only gone up. I feel like it's one of the, bright spots in like crypto right now. It's like trending up. We could look at the TVL right here. $264 million staked. It looks good. What do you think, Mike? Does it frustrate you?
Oh, no, not at all. To me, it's like I know the future of where this whole thing's going. And so I'm like as bullish as I've ever been. Yeah, I'm just excited to start using these apps and projects. You're also the fun part about being like getting to play with these protocols is that you get to be like, you get to realize what's coming, and like using some of these apps like Sunday Swap, Mint Swap just went live. It's so much fun. There's so much cool shit to do. And as the weeks go by, we're getting more releases and you get to play with more of this. And it's like you can just see the potential. It's like I kind of like, it's almost to the point where I don't care what the price is, just because I'm like, there's so much like money to be made here. You'd have to, you kind of have to like be very stupid if you don't know how to make money in this.
You might not be making money now, but you should be in a year or something if you just hold on to some good
those
projects.
Assets. Just hang on to all of them. There's almost, all these projects are going to 10x in the next year. So anything you hold on to now, you're going to benefit from. Some things are going to move faster. And like, that's kind of the whole point of watching our show, is to give you that insight.
That inside scoop.
Oh yeah. But it's fun. Just look at these year over year changes or month over month. Everything's just going up. So it's like, that's so bullish. And it's just like one of those things where it's like, you get to buy this at 80 cents. I'll take it all day. I'll like, just let me open my wallet.
This past couple weeks, I like barely even look at the price of ADA because I just really don't care anymore. It's like,
it's crazy because the cool thing is looking at the prices of all the native tokens, and they just keep going up. They're kind of doing their own thing, and it's kind of interesting. You'd think if we were in a bear market, everything would be going down, but it's like you just see you see how interested people are in these projects. They're just going through the roof.
It's a beautiful thing,
Very exciting.
We could look at I like MintSwap because you could look at the top tokens and see the 24-hour change. And you can just see a lot of positive growth right now in the token world. Um, so I'm bullish on Cardano. The overall market, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world that's dragging us down. Bitcoin has good days and then it has equally bad days, and it's just kind of stuck in a range. I think one of these days it'll break out. I just have a feeling that there's been so much like bad stuff going on and we haven't just like crashed completely. So if we get some like really good news or something, I could see it going, you know, being bullish again, but right now it's just kind of stuck in a range.
I think, yeah, we're just accumulating and we're setting a new floor. But when it comes out of this, it's just going to explode. I mean, if you're keeping up on like Twitter about all the cryptocurrency news that's come out, it's just so bullish for the future. Like everybody and their mother's investing, pension funds. I just heard a little rumor that Mexico might be legalizing Bitcoin next. So it's just stuff like that where it's just like you kind of know it's inevitable and that's where the world's going. So it's just like, wow, you're already here, just hang out, like start researching all these projects, get involved.
Totally. Speaking of getting involved, are you getting involved in any of these Launchpads on Cardano?
Yeah, let's talk about them.
So
You
we
want to pull up
got,
the first one?
sure. We got this little guy right here.
Occam.fi. Occam
Occam.fi
Razor.
Launchpad. Mike, I'll be honest with you. I don't really, not heavily invested in the Launchpad space other than on Ergo because it's one of the only projects on there. But
Very cool project at that.
yes. So tell me about the Occam.fi. What do you like about it?
No, I don't. I don't like
Oh,
it.
you
I
don't
think
like it?
for me, I just kind of wanted to talk about Launchpads because it's a thing and it's
Okay.
happening. And I want to walk up. I actually just want to have a conversation about what the fuck it is because it's like I don't know if it's a good idea or not. Like, but people are like using it, so it's like Launchpad is basically the way I see it is like Occam is basically like a marketing team, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they have a platform in which they'll say, you stake with us, and in return, on our Launchpad, we'll give you this new token that's coming out. And so you're seeing this with like, I don't know if you want to pull up muesliswap right now, but muesliswap has a Launchpad coming, and they're just going to, I guess, new projects that want to be promoted will go on there, and then they'll just kind of use muesliswap to kind of get some attention.
Mm-hmm.
I
And I'm
guess the thing
guessing
for me is like, go ahead.
they'll incentivize it by like making it one of their stake pools and
Right,
stuff like that.
exactly. Yeah, but so this is where I'm kind of, I don't understand because a lot of these projects you're seeing aren't anything. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I feel like they're just meme tokens. And like you go on their websites and stuff, and the majority don't really have like a working idea. So it's like you're investing your money into these launch pads that are supposed to give you successful like applications. But in reality, most of these projects aren't like anything. They're kind of just meme coins.
Right. Except for
And
Stripper Coin, which
that's
is a legitimate
future,
project. Yeah.
the future.
I'll be honest, Mike. I've always been skeptical of launch pads because um it just seems like to pyramid schemey for me. It's
Right.
like invest in this project early and you'll get these cool like we'll give you free stuff basically.
You'll get more of
Um
these free meme coins,
yeah.
right?
And
The
it's
higher
like
tier you go, the more meme coins you get. But it's like, do these things like that's where I'm curious. It's like, will any of these things that were on these launch pads actually become a successful project on their own? Because then you could point to that app and be like, look, that was successful. Like this whole thing. I guess they only need one project to be like the next best thing.
yeah, I guess it's just like how do you trust like the people in the project? Like what do you really know about them? And at that point, I just feel like you're kind of like gambling on a project hitting,
I mean, yeah, these
which is
companies are
fine.
building a brand, right? So it's like one of them's trying to become the Michael Jordan of Launchpads, where everything they release is like the best projects. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like we're not there yet. We're so far from that idea. We're going to need at least a year or two before we see any of these projects become successful.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like if you're going to invest in this stuff, you just got to be here for a really long time. And it's like I don't know if that's the best way to allocate money, but at the same time, everybody has different um, portfolio constructions. Like maybe some people's, you know, they,
Yeah. The other thing I don't like is like it always incentivizes like the whales. So like, the more you give, the more you're going to get. So it's like, I mean, you're just asking for like rich people's money, and it would be cooler if it's like you incentivize like the smaller like groups of
more
people
community
that,
driven.
yeah, like the tiered system is always kind of weird to me. And that, I mean, then there's like Card Starter,
Right.
who also has this tiered system, and they also had their own like scandal with Sunday Swap, and they kind of like threw Sunday Swap under the bus and like blew it up into like this whole big thing. Um, so that kind of turns me off to them. Um, I don't know the full story behind that, but um, just seemed a little sketchy.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that's such an interesting story there too, because the thing about this whole space is all you have is your credibility. And once you lose it, it's so hard to get it back. Because you're building these things that are going to let like be on a blockchain forever, right? So like once your reputation is ruined, it's ruined forever. Basically, it's like so hard to get that credit back, you know?
Yeah. And then, I mean, Card Starter is also like they built starting on Ethereum, and then they're like going to bring it over to Cardano, and they got like most of their funding on Ethereum. So it's just like, if you want to build a Cardano project, why don't you just start on Cardano? It just seems like, it's the right thing to do. But
I agree. The reason I brought up Occam.fi was because I believe they're the ones who launched Ardana.
oh, okay.
So if we're gonna have one project that like ends up becoming something that you can point to and be like, look, this was successful,
Mm-hmm.
Ardana is gonna have to deliver in June when it releases. If it releases. There's a lot of potential there. I really like Ardana. I'm actually staking into a pool that's giving me Ardana right now. Um, do we ever talk about Ardana? Do you want to talk
I
about it?
don't think we have officially.
Yep, nice find. Right. So this is Occam.fi, right?
Yeah, this is Occam.fi. Sold out. So this, if you're one of the lucky people I mean, I guess you're not lucky. You're having your finger on the pulse. Um, you were able to buy Ardana back in October.
So what did it sell for? Like what did they get this Ardana for? What was the base price? It was 1 ETH, bought you 7,000. So what was the price of ETH at that point? November 6th.
November 4th. It was 4,600 $1.66, which honestly is not that great of a price right now because it's at like $1.70, but
Hey, you're up.
um
You made a profit. You did it.
But
It's
if
a
you were
win.
smart, you sold it when Ardana went live on Gate.io because it went up to like $7 or $8.
No, for a hot second there, it hit 13, like $14.
Yeah.
Which was nice
Remember
for that hot second.
We were
I
jumping
participated.
on that bandwagon.
Yeah.
I
got hurt on that one.
I got hurt on that too. Well, I got hurt because I'm dumb and I tried to roll it and do like a margin thing. But we won't talk about that.
Neither here nor there.
So I mean, so this one seems like it started on Ethereum too. So
they use the
Occam.fi on Ethereum?
Launchpad. Yes, it is.
Gotcha. Okay, so this one seems,
but this has potential.
Yeah.
It's so basically what we're saying is buy Ardana because it has a lot of potential and it's very underpriced. Like you're getting a phenomenal price for this.
And right now it's up to like,
if it ends up succeeding, because that's a big if too. Like,
right.
They're one of those teams you look at and you read the research and you listen to them talk on Twitter Spaces and you're like, holy shit, this has a lot of potential. But we've been promised a lot of shit before. I've never gotten it delivered. So,
right. And Ardana is basically like for stable coins, right? It's like a trading platform for stable coins. So, once we get that Ardana stable coin, that'll be really nice.
I can't wait. I'm so excited in June for this pipelining to go down because it's going to make the whole system so much more fast. And the different types of applications that can come about because of that speed is going to be very interesting. We've never had a decentralized protocol that was so fast and cheap on transaction fees. So I think it's going to be a very powerful combo on Cardano.
Yeah. And they're also going to have Dana Swap, which is decentralized exchange for stable multi-asset pools. It's going to be interesting, and if you want to, they have some ISPOs on their website you can delegate to and earn some Dana or Dana. I don't know what they call it. But I think they're not they're still going to be developing for a while. And they're not going to go live till Q3 with some of this stuff. So you got some time, I think. But if you want to accumulate, maybe now's the time. And also MinSwap's yield farming, they're gonna give some incentive for the Dana pool. So I think you get like 7% of the liquidity. So if you want to get in on that, might be a good idea. But yeah, cool beans, as the kids say.
Cool beans. Cool beans.
All right. So speaking of this, on the 14th, the yield farming for MinSwap is going to start.
Today's the 12th, guys. So you got 2 days. Pay attention.
Get your shit together, and this probably won't come out today, so you even have less time.
You have less time.
So I don't know if we talked about this before.
No,
but
I don't think we did.
So basically what they're doing is they have 5 different pools. And there's going to be 2 million MinSwap tokens released daily, okay, for a month. This is going to be for a month, and then there's going to be like different rewards after that, I think. But so the top level, you got MinSwap, and they're going to give you 1 million min daily, okay. And then after that, you got the Tiger Farm. They're going to give you 140 min daily, and that's for each of these pools. So Pavia, Liquid, World Mobile Token, Ardana, Meld. And then CNETA will give you 110,000 daily. CLAP, which is a sexually transmitted disease. WiFi, and then A8O will give you 60,000 daily, and then Hosky will give you 10,000 daily. Which is very interesting to see this whole breakdown. I think it's cool that they give you that much information. But with that information, Mike, I was brainstorming this morning, and I was like, how can I get the most out of this for myself? And I did the LBE, okay, but so I was doing the math, okay, and I'm not great at math, but I think I got this right, okay. So right now, let's say I have 2000 ADA, okay. 2000 ADA and the equivalent of like 2000 ADA in min swap tokens. So I would have less than 0.01% of the pool. Okay. And for me personally, I checked my NFT. You can see how much rewards it'll give you. And mine is only one. Mine is the lowest one. It's like 110%. So what I'm getting at, Mike, if you'll stick with me here.
I'm trying to. I don't know where this is going.
So 2 million. All right. I'm sorry. 1 million daily. Okay. And I have less than 0.01%. So that means I'll get at most 100 min tokens a day. Okay.
I thought it was 0.01%. You put 0.001.
Yes, but you have to add a 0 because it's a percent.
Okay.
So 1% is like 0.01.
Right.
But 0.00 or 0.01%.
For your 100%.
Add another 0.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I was thinking like, okay, what if I like remove my liquidity from MinSwap and put it into one of these other pools, because MinSwap has almost 60 million ADA tied up in it. So like my money might go farther if
that's true.
If I put it in Dana or something. So I'm actually looking at Wi-Fi because I have Wi-Fi already, and it's only has like 500,000 ADA right now. So
Your percentage would be bigger.
right. So if I do like 2,500, now I got almost 1% of the pool. So I'm just like, this is my idea of like, this is all going to change like within the next few days, but I'm just trying to see like what pool will I have the most like percentage share of, and then why don't I just like sell my liquidity in the min pool, because I'm really not, I don't know if it's going to
So
be
I guess it
worth
comes
it.
down to more like, are you trying to turn over the most amount of money at this one time? Because if that's the case, then go A to min. Or are you trying
Mhm.
to gather as many coins of what you're like what you're most into, like what projects you're like most excited for? Like then you'll probably do that.
Right. Yeah. So, and then there's like clap, and I'm like, I don't even know what that is. Do I want to throw a bunch of money at that? I don't really think so. So I also
Can
want it
we
to be
let's
like
take
a
a look
good.
at it, because I'm also curious what the hell clap is besides a venereal disease.
That is Carta Shift. It's another community run launchpad.
All right, so another launchpad, Carta Shift.
Debug the world. Um, clap funding stages. Look at these guys. They seem like
Those are
real
some
human beings.
human beings.
Eric Raffin, CEO. Um, yeah, these seem like real people. Are they? I don't know. 35 humans with diverse competencies. So they are human. Our hunch on that was correct. Um, so yeah, if you want to invest in Carta Shift, I don't know if I'm
Carta Shift maximalist.
yeah. The other thing about the yield farming is like, impermanent loss is a thing.
Right.
So if you
That's gonna
think,
happen. It's gonna happen, man.
and it happened with me for like Sunday swap with the liquidity pools, I put in like, I didn't put in a lot because I didn't want to lose a lot of tokens, but I ended up losing like, I put in like 14 and I lost like 4 tokens to
You know
impermanent
what I've been
loss.
thinking about? You're
What's
having the
that?
impermanent loss, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the whole reason why they give you that bonus percentage, whatever you're
Right.
getting for that NFT, and that's kind of just making up for what you're losing. I think
Yeah.
that's kind of the whole point. It's just like a weird systemic way to do it, because it's like if you put that much rewards in a pool, you're gonna get a shit ton of people in there, which is gonna raise the price. And it's
Yeah.
like, look, you're gonna lose out on a lot of money, but like we'll kind of pay you in our native token.
Right.
And then if you could just hang on to it if you really think that has a lot of potential in the future.
Right.
Like, because I
So,
believe the inflation schedule gets less every year with a lot of these DEX tokens too. So like if it's a good utility platform, you'd probably kind of wanted to hang on to it, because it's gonna the value is going to increase over time.
right. And the cool thing with min swap is like, you're not you're not locking in your tokens for like 30 days on Sunday
That
swap.
is awesome. That is
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah,
So
talk about
then
that
you
feature.
can, yeah. So then like impermanent loss isn't as crazy.
Oh, if it's
Because
going
you can
up really
kind of like,
fast,
you can just take it out if you're like,
that's
starting to
smart.
lose.
I didn't think about that. I'm gonna do that for sure.
Yeah.
Good call.
So I'm trying to like game the system a little bit, but it's like
It's gonna, yeah, you're gonna have to be proactive,
and you have to.
right?
I have to like wait till the last day to really decide because, I mean, this people are jumping into these pools and they're kind of, I'm sure, have the same ideas. So like,
Especially now. Just throwing it
so
out there.
I was thinking about doing it with liquid, but
Yeah,
because I
because
have a lot
liquid
of
has
liquid.
its price is already high. You know what I
And it
mean?
will,
So it's not gonna get like, it's not gonna go to $200. There's
right,
no way it goes to 200.
right.
So
But I said that
that's where it's
before.
at.
I've
Never
quite,
count out liquid. I'm just saying that I like, if it does another 100% because of this, that'd
yeah,
just be awesome. I don't know. Leave some liquid on the side, I guess. Don't go full
yeah.
liquid.
And then one, like with Wi-Fi, it seems like the price always, like it goes up to like a certain level and then it dumps. And I think it has to do with like, since people are earning so much interest on it, I think there's like whales out there that are just getting so much Wi-Fi from their interest and they just dump it like every so often that it just brings the price down.
That makes sense.
Um, so in a way, it's kind of like stable because of that. Like it only kind of stays the same or goes down. So I don't think impermanent loss would be as big of a deal with it. But I'm interested to see like which tokens like go up the most. Like CNETA is already up 50% over 24 hours. And I think we'll see like all these tokens just keep going up in price until the 14th because people
Yeah.
want to get in on this. Um, so yeah, that's my current scheme to try to make more ADA.
I think it's a great idea. I mean, that'll be
Yeah,
fun. And then I guess
I
Wing
think
Riders audit got completed. I don't know if you want to, you want to stay on
yeah.
this?
No, we could talk about it.
Wing
Wing
Riders,
Riders.
it doesn't have a
Oh, they
token
don't have
yet.
a token.
Their audit just got completed, so I believe they're gonna drop this bad boy at some point, probably within a week or so.
That's
Because
exciting.
how long did Sunday Swap release after their audit? Like, how long did that take? Do you remember? Was it like,
Um,
was it longer than a week?
After their audit, I think it was like 2 weeks.
So that's probably the time frame we're looking at for Wing Riders. It's 2 weeks out tops.
And I think MinSwap.
So here's where it gets fun. You have the min swap rewards thing going on. You know,
Mhm,
Wing Riders is going to do the same shit, right? Because you
right.
got to get people on your platform. So what do? You're going to offer crazy rewards.
Mhm.
Now you have to start picking platforms. You know,
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting.
And even with Sunday Swap, like I'm interested to see if people will jump over like after the
Yep,
30 days.
they will.
And then it'll kind of be like this game of like who has the better rewards.
Yep,
Um, so that'll be cool, especially like, and then you have wing riders and everyone has like different tokens they're incentivizing. And it's just, I mean, I think it's a good time to be in
welcome
the
to the
space
metaverse.
because we're reaping the benefits of this stuff. Um, and if you're a Cardano hater, you can just, I mean, I
Duck
don't know,
it.
buy like another board ape or something and hope it goes up. Um, but I think if you're in it right now, like all this stuff is going to be so much more valuable. Like you just got to hold on to some of the stuff. Like I've made the mistake of trying to like play the short term on some of the stuff, but I think if you're just invested in a bunch of good projects and hold on to it, that's the best way to like really make money long term. But I like to do stuff and I get bored, so I jump in and out of stuff.
Oh yeah, you have to. It's so much fun to play with this. And it's like you're gonna miss on some stuff. Don't take it too hard. Learn from your mistakes and just keep like learning. I mean, there's so much cool shit coming online.
Yeah. Zero vulnerabilities from Certic.
I think this platform's gonna be a powerhouse.
You're
So we'll
a win.
see.
You're a win
Looking at the
riders.
TVL, truther, I don't know yet. I think if you want to look at TVLs real quick,
Tivels.
Tivels.
What's going on?
Let's look at Tick Staking Off. Look at the TVL of Sunday Swap, which is 116 million. MinSwap's been live for what, a week? Not even 59 million. Like,
Wild.
this is getting interesting. We'll see if MinSwap can overtake Sunday Swap. I think they probably will in the short term,
Yeah.
just because of all the incentives that are like those pool fees are awesome. They're so good.
Yeah.
So I think everyone's just gonna be there until those run out, right? But then we have to watch Sunday Swap to see what they do in return, because this is where it gets fun, because it's like they're gonna have to compete for users.
Yeah. You can't just like rest on your laurels and be like, well, we're Sunday Swap. Everyone will always love us.
Right.
But it's
And then you have muesliswap's Launchpads coming up. So we'll see if they have any cool projects that you can invest in.
Yeah.
muesliswap's that sneaky team, they just hang in there. They got a lot of cool
Yeah.
things going on at all the time.
Yeah, for sure. They're having a rough go of it lately, but I think they're going to be around for a while. For whatever reason, people just don't want to trust them, I think, still. Or it's just maybe a little too basic looking or some, the
It's so
rewards
much
aren't
more
as great.
convenient. It's so much more convenient to go to a Sunday Swap or a MinSwap and type in, I have this many ADA and I want this many of this token.
Yeah,
Like with
that's true.
muesliswap, it's like I have to pick out a number I like. Like, can I afford 100 of this token or 1,000 of those? And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, they only have 926. It's like, well, this is kind of annoying.
Yeah, you have to have like a round number. So, yeah,
But it'll be interesting to see how these exchanges trade tokens as well, because we're seeing some other cool shit too. Like we just came upon Atomic Swap,
yeah,
which is really cool because that is just straight peer-to-peer on Cardano. So you can basically not have to utilize a DEX at all. If you know your counterparty's address, you can just switch with each other.
I haven't connected my wallet, but I guess I will. So if you wanted to trade me one of your LQ tokens for one of my World Mobile tokens,
Pernis.
we could.
Can't believe it's a real token.
You don't have any Pernis?
I don't. So those are all your assets?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. So then, and then what's the next step? Oh, it's really cool. You could do multiple assets too, right?
Yeah.
That's sick. So that you lock you lock the smart contract on your side, and then they lock theirs on their side. And once they're both in escrow, they swap.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. That's like the most private way to, like, if you have to do some weird shit or whatever you're up to, who knows?
Weird.
Very
shit.
private transactions. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Like if you're If you're gonna buy like a waifu pillow or something, you don't want your wife to find out.
I told you that in private. Told you that in confidence.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. Another thing we haven't talked about, we're kind of jumping all over the place today, but that's okay.
How he is.
Was more Reddit, like Charles Hoskinson.
What would be a week without Charles Hoskinson hate, you know?
Yeah, more hate. I hate how that always comes up. So this time, this author Laura Shin, she basically recently released a book, and I guess it's all about like surrounding Ethereum and all the people involved. And I don't know. I can't read, so I just take other people's words for it. I'm illiterate.
The best way to do it.
But yeah, she's basically like, she took some screenshots of how Charles said like he never finished his PhD, but he was in grad school. And I guess that wasn't true. And he was never in grad school. And she like reached out to the colleges that she knows of that he went to. And they're like, yeah, we never had him enrolled in grad school. And so obviously he was never a PhD either. And that he never even graduated, I guess. It was just kind of weird. Like everyone latched onto it and the cryptocurrency subreddit, and they're like, wow, what a piece of shit, what a liar. And honestly, it is a little weird that he would like lie about it, but it was also like a while ago. And he probably just was like, wanted to seem like he was more, I don't know, put together or something. Obviously it's not good to lie, Mike, but it's also like the Cardano ecosystem was started by him, but it's like so much bigger than him at this point. It doesn't really matter what he does unless he's like somehow takes the whole system down. But I think to like attack the founder, I don't know. Everyone is human. Everyone does stupid stuff, and I don't think this isn't like the worst thing I've ever seen. It's just like makes you question his like how genuine he is sometimes. But I might be different from other people in Cardano because I like have only been in it for a year, but I don't really idolize Charles, and I think I like watching his videos sometimes, but I don't think he's like the coolest guy in the world or anything. I think he has had some really good ideas, but I don't idolize people in general, so it didn't really bother me that much. And also he like made a video countering what she said, and he's like, I did graduate. I didn't lie about jumping out of a helicopter or something, which I don't even know. I guess that was another thing that happened a while ago. But he didn't really give specifics of like, this is where I graduated from. And he bragged about like finishing high school at 15, which I thought was weird to like brag about. But I don't know. I think the whole situation is weird. Like, why did she have to go out of her way to like shit on him about such a mundane thing? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I've been watching Charles for a long time. He's he's an interesting character. It's just he gets a lot of hate, and it's just weird because it's just like he's just a regular dude. He just made this really cool system. He's not a god. Uh,
No.
so it's just like I don't know. I think it's so stupid. I could care less. I like the
Yeah.
system. The system works. I'm here because Cardano's really cool. Um,
Right.
I think Charles is an amazing dude, but it's like he's just like in the background. He's doing his thing. You know, Cardano's so much more bigger than him. Like there's so many more people who are involved, and it's like that's kind of what the whole point is. Um,
Right.
and then it was funny too because like a lot of the other founders and stuff came out and they were like, "Hey, Laura, I never finished my undergrad. I don't know if you want to write about that too." And it's kind of funny
Yeah.
because you had like this Bram Cohen. He created the torrent protocol, and so he's like a insane genius guy. And like I believe Steve Jobs never finished his degree. Mark Zuckerberg. So all these, it was just kind of funny because it's like it doesn't mean that he's not allowed to make something because
Right.
he didn't finish a PhD or something. It's odd.
And it's not like, well, since he didn't finish, or since he lied about his education in this way, like that must mean like all of the Plutus code is false or something.
Right.
Like it has nothing to do
Right.
with it. Like hundreds of people have built on it already, and like so it has really no bearing on the protocol itself. It's just interesting that people go out of their way to like attack him. And the way she did it was really weird with like releasing like audio of him saying it and like random screenshots from years ago. It's like, who gives a shit?
She has a personal vendetta against him. It's weird.
Yeah.
I think she likes it because it gets her a lot of engagement, and she's
Right.
just trying to make a lot of money, you know. So this is the way she does it. She like utilizes these people, and they, Cardano's got a really strong community, and so of course you just saw like the engagement was off the, insane. It was like all Twitter, my whole feed was just all this stuff all week, and it was like kind of annoying to be honest.
Yeah. It's kind of funny, like, and then she's like, oh, these Cardano people are sending me like nasty messages and like death threats or something. It's like, well, when you like troll people in a way,
That's
like,
how they act.
you kind of open yourself up to it. I don't think people should do it, but there's assholes who like,
It's just society at large. Yeah.
Yeah.
A certain percentage base is a troll.
Right.
Just like,
yeah, but not on our videos. Everyone loves our videos, and
yeah,
they never troll us. Yes. But yeah, that was the latest FUD. Very interesting stuff. That will do it. I don't know how this is going to be edited, but
the speed run will not be in there. We'll have to do that next week.
Yes. But thanks everyone for watching, and be sure to subscribe and like and do all that other stuff that YouTubers tell you to do. And
Peace
if
out.
you want to follow our Twitters, Mike, I'm sure you'll put that
Follow
in the
me
description.
at breakfast water. No, I'll put them in the description.
All right. Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.